Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rewind and Reflect, where we believe in the universal truth that there is no such thing as coincidences or mistakes. And we are here to share our life experience on that with you. My name is Deb Miller.
I'm, I'm Susan. That's bad.
It's only been a year, you think I'd get this
I'm
right by
Susan
now.
Doyle. Hi.
And our
Hi,
We
third,
have
who
we
else
got
do
our
we have
girl
Kristen,
online?
Kristen with us today.
recurring guest.
I don't even think you can be a guest. You're just a regular. How about
You're a
that?
reg.
So I
Yes.
Yeah.
was telling Deb, do you remember the show The Match Game? So you remember how they had recurring recurring
Yeah.
stars,
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
and they were like B actors. Like one of them was this woman, another was a guy that wore a captain's hat. I can't think of
Mm-hmm.
their names, but I should have Googled it. But anyway,
Is that what you feel like?
My
I
God.
feel
You're
like, yeah, like
A
which is
B actor?
awesome. I feel
Yeah.
very I feel comfortable in this forum
I
with
Excellent.
my
love
host.
that. Good, good. So for those of you listening, I'm wearing a hat today because I didn't have time to do my hair, dry my hair. And my hair's like, if anybody out there has curly hair, Kristen understands this, that when you wear your hair shorter, like there's a certain length that you can start wearing your hair curly. And my hair is not quite there yet. But because I cut my hair and then I'm sick and tired of having to straighten it all the time, so I'm growing it back out. And I promised my daughter I will not cut it again. So I'm sort of like in between here. But normally, like you can go a long period of time with curly hair and not really wash your hair. But I think so. Number one, this time of year it gets staticky.
Oh yeah.
So I got to kind of put some water in it. Number two is I started on this testosterone cream. I was telling Debbie about this as part
Mhm.
of my hormone replacement therapy. And I feel like everything is just a little bit more, like I feel like the oils in my skin have come back a little bit and the oils in my hair have come back a little bit. It's amazing. It
Cool.
is amazing
Wow.
what this is doing for me. Amazing.
That's
Yep.
pretty.
Yep.
Of course you hear
I
testosterone and you think, hair, facial hair and, you
so
know, you feel
so
and like,
far I have not been able, well, I mean, more so than the normal mustache that you get, you know. And the runaway chin hair now and again, but no, it is um
it's lubricating you again.
lubricating me. It is helping me with my workout recoveries. I am not as tired as I was.
Oh,
Like I would be like at this time of the week, I'd be very weary. Like I'd be tired, like kind of that inside out tired, not necessarily
yeah.
like I have to take a nap tired, which would make me like look to eat sugar.
Mm.
My
Mm.
muscle mass is kind of coming back a little bit. And I lost a little bit of that like caca in my belly area. It's
Oh,
freaking amazing. Amazing.
wow.
I begged my OBGYN for estrogen patch, right? And I wanted it, I have no excuse. Like, menopausal, whatever. I don't have any symptoms,
That
but
is
like,
the excuse. That is the
can I just
excuse.
get it? And she was like, I'm not comfortable putting you on this. This is where my
Why?
biological mother would come in very, very handy. I could talk to her about, when she went through menopause, but like, yeah, like my face all day, Sue, I'm putting on Aquaphor. Can you
Yeah,
imagine putting that on in our 20s? I'd be like, zit.
yeah, like a big. I don't understand any doctor in this day and age that will not allow women to go on hormone replacement. I don't get it.
I take the over the
I don't
counter
get it.
shit, Estroven or whatever,
I
which
don't understand why she
whatever.
said no, go get a different doctor.
I'll talk to somebody. I'll talk to my regular doctor. This is why I love these women because they're kind of anti-medication, which anyway.
This is not medication. This is bad. And this is exactly what we talked about with Deb's medication, right? This is bringing you back up to normal.
Normal. Okay.
It's not medication. It is as you age, all those things decrease. And with that decrease, you are at higher risk for heart disease,
Mm,
osteoporosis, Alzheimer's, all these things. And all you're asking your doctor to do is bring you back up into a normal range.
okay.
Mm.
Well, damn
You know
it.
what I mean?
I'm on it.
And now that they're saying that it's not even connected to breast
Breast
cancer, like
cancer.
So, yeah, they
yeah.
lifted the black box on the whole hormone replacement thing. So,
That's why I was
um,
asking for it because I was like, they're like, well, we don't, I'm like, I know I don't know my family history, but like,
neither do
I
I.
just fucking get something.
Yeah.
Neither do
Give me
I.
some pills.
Yeah. And, and my doctor was like, you know what? You're healthy. You're fine. It has nothing to do with it. And she's like, slap this baby on. And it was like
A
the
game changer.
heavens came down. And
Oh,
now now that I added this testosterone cream, it's like a new day.
Wow. Okay.
wow. All right. Well, that's good
Hmm.
to
Do a
know.
whole episode
So,
on this topic,
Oh
huh?
my God,
yeah,
yeah.
no
So anyway,
kidding. Like, how do we get back to our normal
oh,
body?
it's
And
With our wisdom
phenomenal.
of being in our 50s, though.
yeah,
Hmm. First of
perfection.
all, you just don't take no. You go find another fucking doctor
Okay.
who will say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we digress.
We
So, for the
We do.
listener, we got on and we were chit-chatting a little bit, and we decided that we're going to talk a little bit of just sort of like the year in review. But I've had uh, I follow some pretty cool things on social media. And so like I've been getting, like these sort of year-end questions. So did we also know that we are leaving the year of the snake and entering the year of the horse? Did we know that?
I did
Okay,
not know
so
that.
did not know.
the year of the snake was all about shedding and renewal and all these other things. And the year of the horse, I'm going to look it up while we're talking, is more about, charging forward and being, steadfast, like all the things that are obviously related to a very strong horse. So I thought it would be a great idea because this episode will be uploaded like right around the end of the year,
Mm.
to talk a little bit. These questions are really amazing,
Mm.
amazing. So
Okay.
I'm taking the lead,
Taking the
girls.
lead. And
Okay.
we do not know any of these questions ahead of time. So
No.
Yeah.
we might have to ponder a little bit, but we'll
Johnny on
see.
the spot.
Okay, so what moment from this past year do you want to relive? It's either a day or an experience or a situation.
Oh my gosh. We
Um,
can only pick one.
No, you can pick a couple.
oh my God.
Geez, there's so many.
So many. I know.
So I'll go first because I did think about this question.
Okay, good.
So I had a pretty bumpy year,
Hmm.
really bumpy.
Really bumpy.
Mm.
And
Bumpity
so I
bump.
was like, I was having a hard time thinking about something like really joyous. You know what I mean? Like I do practice gratitude. I'm not like this angry, like miserable person, right? But I do remember there was a moment that I decided to do this level one certification with the Baptiste Institute, which is where my yoga certification
Mhm.
is from. It's one of those things that I always, always, always wanted to do and always came up with an excuse not to, whether it was the money or taking a week out of my life or all the things. And I made that decision in the fall to go for it. Didn't care what it cost, all the things. And so I would say, that moment I would relive because I was super proud of myself.
Mm,
Mm.
that's really good. Um, as you were talking, and of course, I was doing a quick review of this past year, and one image kept coming back to my mind, and it's apropos because we're going into the season of the horse or the year of the horse.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went on our vacation this year and we went out to Montana, and I had never been to Montana before, but all of the things that I'd read about and seen and it's all about open skies, mountains, and horses. And I love, love, love horses, right? And There was one particular place that we stayed at that it was a little itty bitty cabin, an individual um, post and beam cabin that looked over this beautiful field and a mountain on the other side. And every evening at 5 p.m., they would bring their horses from the ranch across the street into the open field. Well, there was fences around it, but there was, acres and acres and acres and acres and acres. And 100+ horses would just
How
get in
beautiful.
this field, like, and they would have them in a contained space until they were all in there. And then they opened the fence, and these horses just ran and ran and ran into the open field. And not only was the thunder of, that
Mm,
sound that they make was so like, oh my gosh, it was so moving. But to see how joyous they were outside and free, and, and then like you'd watch some of them, you could tell had a relationship, whatever, like, and because they would go off on their own and run on their own, or it was like so freaking magical to see that happen. And
that's awesome.
I could have stayed there forever and just every
Yeah.
single night watch this happen. It just, oh, it was, you know, being in the big sky like that, and the mountains and the horses, and you're in this cute little cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was magical. And just hearing the thundering of their hoofs as they hit the ground and run, 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 it was
That's
really
awesome.
incredible. So I think I would definitely relive that time and time again.
That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
just for our listeners and for you guys, the year of the horse in Chinese astrology symbolizes freedom, strength, independence, and forward momentum. So, we shed, we're shedding from the year of the snake what's holding us back from doing these things, bringing energy for adventure, bold actions, and pursuing dreams with people born under it being seen as cheerful, popular, and restless leaders. It's a dynamic time for travel, victory, and new opportunities. Okay, Kristen, how about you?
That's really cool. I
Mm.
think of a few things that I'll talk to you offline that I'd like to shed, but anyway, I was thinking too, and as you were talking, Deb, I thought, oh, traveling. So it's so hard to pick anything. This year
I
has
know.
been fantastic. Like,
Love that.
at the top of my list would be doing this with you gals. I freaking love this.
Love
Like
it.
it's the best to like, whatever. It's just I'm honored. I love it. Um, but when Debbie was talking about going to Montana, I thought about, my daughter's married. She's off on her own. My son is back with me, living with me, but he's 22. He's, self-sufficient, obviously. I did a little bit more traveling this year than I
Mhm.
have done really
Love
ever.
that.
I'm not a huge fan of flying, as
Me
most of
either.
us really aren't, but um I
But
went
you got to get on a plane to get to where you want to
it's
go. That's
unfortunate.
really like,
Yeah.
right. It's like I
Yeah.
don't want to be a shut in, so I got to get on an airplane.
It's
Mm.
not
I
like
don't
I
like
was
it
going
though.
to Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
it was
Mm-hmm.
far away, so I wasn't going to be driving. But I was thinking about visiting my brother in Seattle. I went to see my brother and family with my dad in August. Now, the last time I've been there, the last time I was there, I was actively drinking. So my brother's fantastic. They're always doing something. We saw the Blue Angels on Lake Washington in his boat. We went to Lake
Fun.
Diablo, all these beautiful and magical things. Like, Dad, when you were talking about those horses, just, you can't capture the moment. You can speak about it, but I can't, I have pictures, stuff like that. But I was proud of myself for independently just traveling by myself,
Mm-hmm.
like going places and new places and having minimal airport issues. um,
Mm-hmm.
so Um, so that on a big scale, on a smaller scale, I would say, the podcast with you gals. And then every time my son had a really challenging year, he moved back with me. He and his long-term girlfriend broke up. It's been very difficult for him. And every time he has a win at work, emotionally, friend wise, and I shouldn't put my happiness on my kid, but I kind of do. I got to be
Of
honest.
course.
When
Yeah.
he gets a bonus at work or gets an accolade at work, I just, those are the same with my daughter too. But again, she's married, lives on her own. I don't see her every single day. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, hands down, the traveling out to Seattle, being sober and being able to take it all in, the magical
Yeah.
moments that you talked about,
Yeah, for sure.
and meeting you, Sue. I met you this year.
Oh,
So that was
yes.
cool.
Yes, we did meet this year. That was
You would
great.
relive that time
Oh,
and time
I
again.
would
yeah.
relive that
It was a hoot.
that vineyard moment for sure.
Yeah, that was a good
Okay.
day.
Next question. Where or how did you grow in ways that aren't so obvious on the outside?
Um, I mean, I can answer it.
Go
Go
down.
ahead.
It's just spiritually. I started this journey, this spiritual practice that I've talked about back in June, I believe. And it's been a daily practice. And I've grown so much internally, just knowing what
Awesome.
I know now.
Kristen?
So I'm thinking this morning I was reading in my book. It was about protecting my daily reading book, protecting your energy, like inviting those people into your life that don't cause you angst and sloughing off those that do. So this is a work in progress, but I really think I have become more aware of those people in my life that bring me repeated angst, challenge, like emotional drain, whatever have you, and
Yep.
just kind of like protecting the cocoon of me. I do the right thing. I have a good attitude most days. Some days I do complain. Yes, we talked about that on another
I'm sorry.
podcast.
You're
But
allowed.
not donating my very valuable energy, which is limited because I don't have the estrogen patch. Damn it.
Yet.
Yet.
To BS. There's a
Yeah.
lot of BS, that
Agreed.
I don't need to be around. And I'm way more aware of it now and just kind of like, yep, I'm not going to entertain that. Like,
Yeah.
bye now.
Yeah.
Love
So
it.
mine is very similar to that, where um, I worked really hard to live from a place where I have boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to think of it as I have to tell everybody my boundary. Like I have to be, I have got to announce these. And I realized over the course of the year doing some work that, you know what, it is to protect my physical peace, my spiritual peace, my emotional peace, my mental peace. I have gained the tools to put boundaries in place so those people kind of like you that are takers in my life don't take more than I can give without depleting myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Good. Okay. Um,
We're doing good.
let's see. If nothing in your life changed for the next 5 years, how would you feel?
Does that include aging? I stay 55.
Does it, you can make it with there's no right or wrong answer. There's actually not even really a true answer to any of these questions. So you can say whatever you want.
Nothing changed. Deb, you want to go or you?
I mean, I'm looking at my life as it is today, and I'm very fulfilled. I have peace in my heart. I have love in my heart. I feel like I've yeah, I mean, listen, everybody right now in my world is healthy. And so I if nothing changed in the next 5 years, I feel like I'd be a happy camper.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I would be.
So
I
you
would
are,
be.
you are cultivating a really, really fulfilled life like right now. That's great.
Yeah, there's nothing that I can say like, oh, if only I had this or if only I had that.
Yeah.
I'm very yeah, I love the ordinary days that I
Mm-hmm.
have and no
Okay.
drama and yeah, so I'd be
What about you,
happy.
Kristen? You look like you have an answer.
I'm gonna say ditto. I was
Yeah.
gonna say the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like my life is awesome. You know, I don't know that I would want my son to live with me for the next 5 years. I love him to pieces, but I don't want to have a
It's
27 year
just
old.
different, right? Yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah,
Well,
for
you
sure.
don't want to have a 27-year-old son living with you. You might be
From
open to
his
having a 27-year-old.
Oh, well, trust me there. Yeah, like that's
Not even
you guys
that.
ever
That does
watched
not.
Animal Kingdom on Netflix?
No.
Total aside.
Mm-mm.
You got to check it out. Bunch of
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
That's the lady with all the sons that are
Ellen
bad.
Barkin. Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
God.
yes. Yeah.
My old boss turned me on to it and I'm like, you know, these younger men. I've always
Yeah.
loved younger men, so
You always
whatever.
have.
I've always loved older men. Like I've
Oh,
always wanted, yeah, it's weird, but I mean, like, listen, Madonna's marrying like a 25-year-old, and Cher, I think, is with like a 30-year-old. So God love them,
Yeah, wherever you
I'm
find
okay
right?
with
love,
it.
man,
Yeah.
that's where it's at.
I'm
All
okay with
right, what
it.
about
I
you,
would
So
Sue?
have
yeah,
to,
go
it's
Sue.
interesting because I would kind of have to, there are some, as everybody knows, I'm not a super goal-oriented person, but there are some things that I'm still manifesting for myself. So I would feel a little disappointed in myself if I was 5 years down the road still manifesting for the same things. Because that would indicate to me, and they're small, but that would indicate to me that I got kind of lazy.
Mm,
In regards to my actual life right now, I love my life.
mm,
Love my life. I love where I live. I love the connections that I've made. I love the really super proud of myself for the work that I have done, that I continue to do. I am much more open than I ever have been in my life. So, small little, I still want to keep moving forward. So I guess if I feel if I have not maybe met new people or introduced new ways of staying open. Do you know what I'm saying? I would
mm-hmm,
feel a little stagnant in 5 years, but that's really very, very
mm,
ticky-tacky. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Um, okay. What do you want more of in your day-to-day life in 2026? And what do you want less of in your day-to-day life in 2026?
I would like more connection with people, that I can learn from and that can help me grow, with
Mm,
what I want to be, what I want to bring into my life. So like, um, yeah, more connection with people that have what I want to grow into, not like,
nice.
and get rid of what was the second part? What?
What do you want less of in your day-to-day life in 2026? So you want more connection. What do you want
Yes,
less of?
I would like a less, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would like, I don't know what I'd like less of because I like everything that I have. Um, I mean, I guess if I had to eliminate something, it would be being around people that have, that have negative energy. I try to stay away
Okay.
from them, but sometimes you can't avoid
They
being
do
around
creep
people.
in, don't they?
They creep in, and that
Okay.
I could do without.
Okay. How about you, Kristen?
Okay, so I'm gonna be really superficial here,
Good.
and I'm gonna say I want more
I would
money.
like less wrinkles and I would like more estrogen.
Yes, more estrogen.
Maybe a little testosterone,
Yeah, whatever, those
Game
gens.
changer.
I would like to make some more money, and I'm smack dab in the middle of that. I know that's not, but I'm me, myself, and I've been that way for 20 years.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, would like to retire before I'm 70, but right now I can't, so that's okay. But like I would like to make some more money or whatever. I'm
So
fine.
you would like more prosperity
More
in your
prosperity.
day-to-day
Yes,
life.
yes,
Okay.
more prosperity.
And what would you like less of?
And
Resistance to prosperity?
Bills, bills and debt.
bills. So I was thinking this, like, I don't know if this is more or less, but so you mentioned manifesting, like getting rid of some of the manifestations.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a tendency sometimes to not be open-minded as to, like, now that's saying that I think I know what, you know, I'm connected to the universe, my higher power, but sometimes Kristen thinks she knows what's best for her,
Better. Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong, or I turn out to be wrong. So I would like to be, and I'll give an example, and Debbie knows this example because she introduced me to a man I dated for many, many years. And when I met him,
It's all her fucking fault, but go ahead.
Sorry.
it's
I'm
fine.
kidding.
I've let all that shit go. But when I met him, and we were just talking about this with Animal Kingdom, I was 40 and I had younger children. I was interested in meeting a younger man. I wanted a relationship. I was interested in a younger man with no children, right? So this guy turned out to be older and he turned out to have triplets. What could be more opposite, right?
Yeah.
Triplets.
Good God.
So what I learned from
Oof.
that experience was, you know what? I like a man who has children. And I'm going to tell you why, because he's not fucking, not that I know plenty of men without children that are not selfish. However,
There's not too many of them.
there's not
Because
too
to be
many of them.
honest with you, I have also known several grown women in my life who never had children, and they do not understand the concept of putting somebody else
In
first
front of you.
or
Exactly.
being empathetic to anything. It's this like overgrown like me attitude that is
Yeah,
it's not a good look when
it's
you're
gross.
55. It's
So
just not a good look.
that is just an example of where I thought I knew what was best for me. And maybe I got it half wrong. Whatever. Like I learned something like, it's really important to me to be with another parent, like,
Hmm.
'cause that is a huge, so open-mindedness, and not just in that realm, in my business world, in
Hmm.
in I have sometimes my friends who are politically leaning, I agree with them in their political views, but sometimes I feel like they want me to take on all the angst they have over the
Hmm.
state of our country. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm not into that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not into that. So don't push it on me,
Yeah.
like, so, and that kind
Hmm.
of goes with sloughing off the bad energy. But like,
Hmm.
I need to be more open-minded or less close-minded
Good. All right. All right.
and more money.
Um,
More money. More money.
Okay, go.
let's see. For me, I think, like I can have a tendency to be a little judgy.
Judgy,
So
wudgy.
I'm a
Sister,
little
my
judgy.
sister.
And so if my face doesn't give it away, like the wheels are turning in my head. So I I would like a little less judgment towards things that are either like different than what I believe or things that I don't understand. Like I need to come from a place where I don't have to understand it
Mm-hmm.
to just let it go. Do
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and more of, I guess, along with the less judgy will come more inner peace, more comfort with who I am, what I've become, the legacy that I am building to leave. I want more things in that bucket to continue my path forward with my growth as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Really good.
I
Yes.
love that legacy, leaving
Uh,
a legacy.
I
Yeah, I
want to
think
just,
about that a lot. I do.
yes, you have to. Like, remember when
I
I
think
was
about that a
telling
lot.
about how you read the obituaries, or I used to read obituaries and be like, oh,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you really do. Like, you don't want to just be words on a paper. You have to make a
Right,
difference in this world. You have
right.
to. That's what we're put here for.
Yeah.
But I want to go back 1 second before we go to the next question with regards to men who don't have any children. As you know, Kevin doesn't have any children,
Mm.
and he has formed a life very much uh so that he can do what he wants when he wants and how he wants. He never had children. I don't find him to be selfish and self-centered. He really does put people in front of him. However, I also know I can name off the top of my head some men who have children who still would put
Yeah.
Yes,
themselves first.
Amen.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know
like
too many men. I do.
oh, I
I'm
do.
my example is coming more from women who didn't have children, and they're still very much like it's all about like the world
Yeah.
revolves around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about leaving like there's no legacy in sight there.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For me,
Yeah.
the legacy is more like I really want to leave a mark, a positive mark, a
Positive.
positive impact on the people that have come in, stayed, gone out, all the things.
Yeah.
So,
And Deb, there's an
um,
example. Like I totally forgot about Kevin. Like, Kevin is a great guy. You've been with him for 10 years. Like, that's an example of where just be open-minded, right?
Yeah.
Like, I do know plenty of dickhead dads out there and
Yeah.
yeah, and moms, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think Kevin decided a long time ago before that he does come from a place of being in service to others,
yes,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
100%.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But and listen, I guess it does come back to being open-minded because, and I've told people this before, Kevin and I couldn't be any different from each other. We are from,
Mm.
our lifestyles until we merged together were very, very different. But if I didn't give oh go, enter into this with an open mind,
Yeah.
then I would have missed out on a
Yeah.
pretty special relationship.
Hmm.
If I looked at it from the outside only, I would have been like, nope, not for me.
Mhm.
But I didn't. So being open-minded and just being like, I'm going to give this person a chance. He might not look how the type of lifestyle or person that I usually date, but then you get to know them and you get to know their heart and their
Hmm.
innards, and that's really what matters. So
He has got really good innards.
yeah.
And
But
he
I also think
respects
there's a
you.
reason why you didn't meet him when Hunter was like 7.
Yeah.
I
Oh
Mm.
yeah,
just,
timing is everything.
yeah, I think the
And
timing was perfect.
absolutely.
And
And
yeah.
if we stayed together when we dated briefly in high school, that wasn't meant to be either, you know?
Kevin.
I know. So,
Okay.
all
All
right,
right.
next
Last
question,
question.
please. Oh,
Last
last one.
question. Where have you been rushing and where do you want to slow down?
Oh man.
Um,
I may have another question, but let's tackle this one first.
I'll start with I have an answer
Okay. Go
if
ahead.
you're prepared. Um, so I see my dad at least once a week, right? My life is so full all the time with, you know, housework, family, friends, meetings, blah. I feel like I'm always I made a conscious effort last Sunday when I was at my dad's house or Saturday. Calm down. Like I gotta
Mm-hmm.
get home. I gotta vacuum. I gotta do this. I gotta get ready
Mm-hmm.
for the week, the work week. I had a meeting that night. I blah 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 blah. I try so hard because he's not going to be here forever.
mhm,
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to. Now, I love my dad to pieces, but sometimes I can only take, and same with him with me. Like we can only take so much of our family.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I get that.
um I would like to, and who knows, like people get fucking Alzheimer's and dementia. He's a pretty sharp guy. I don't I want to like take in all the time I can with him
mm,
and stop
Okay.
rushing that. That irritates me about myself. So,
mm.
Okay.
I think, what I would really like to do is, take more time out to really spend with Hunter. It's more his life that's really busy. Um, but I can fill up my days just as quickly too, and then be like, oh, and not make the time. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I see my parents and Hunter every week. But I would like some more one-on-one time with him. Um, so, maybe just to slow down and get something on the calendar on a regular to spend time with him because like my parents, your kids grow up too, and then,
mm,
there's only limited time. Um, but as far as I don't feel like I'm rushing through things. I don't feel like
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna say I don't feel like I'm like that anymore. And I think it's
no.
it's age related.
Yeah, I don't think I have the stamina to rush through things.
Yeah.
It's like I don't overbook myself. I don't um I still go to bed at a reasonable time and make sure that I'm taking care of myself like that. So I don't feel like I'm really rushing, but I do feel like I should be making more time for the important things.
Mm.
mm,
Yeah, I don't feel like I have I guess I have slowed down, but I don't necessarily embrace it all the time.
Mm,
So meaning, I do feel as though that I have been a very, very present person. Like when my kids were growing up, I didn't rush through conversations with them. I didn't rush
mm,
through dinners with them. I didn't rush through the time. I thank God every day that when I was driving them places, there was no smartphones. I didn't have a disc player in my
mm,
car, none of that shit. There was no tablets. It was singing to the radio or talking.
mhm,
yeah.
Um, so I don't feel like I rush through any of that, but I have always been one of those people that has grinded day in and day out, two jobs, three jobs, got to teach here, got to take, and I had a very hard time saying no.
mm,
And um, so it's been difficult um, to adopt a slower pace of life. I'm doing it because it's sort of forced upon you, like when you don't have those day-to-day responsibilities anymore, and you're sort of at a point with it at your career that you're like, okay, well, I'm not really going too much farther than where I am, maybe a little bit more, you know. Um, And so it's the slowdown. I want to be more comfortable. I think that's what it is with the inherent slowdown, because I don't have to rush anywhere, but I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, I, this isn't enough. This isn't enough. This isn't
Mhm.
enough. Like, why? I need to be grinding. I need to be, blah, blah, you know what I mean? And so I think I'm rushing in my head
Yes. Oh my God, I can relate to that too.
and sort of, but slowing down in reality. And now I want my head and my reality to match.
Mm.
Do you ever sit? Okay, so let me ask you this. Sometimes I'll be sitting on the couch, like just say I'm doing a crossword puzzle or I'm reading. My brain is like, I gotta go water the Christmas tree. I gotta do
Yeah.
this. I gotta do all this bullshit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
I can't stand that. It's just
Yeah. Hmm.
grind. I like that word. Like it.
Yeah. Like just grinding for either, and it's not necessarily, it wasn't necessarily healthy, but just like grinding for my place in life, grinding for
Mm,
my, recognition, grinding
yeah.
for all these things. You know what I mean? And so when you do slow down or you get to the point where you're super comfortable with yourself and you just automatically slow down, then my head hasn't caught up yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think because, you've told yourself that if you're not
Right.
busy and being productive
Right.
every second of the day, then you're lazy.
It's wasting. I'm lazy.
Hmm.
I'm missing. I'm whatever. All
Yeah.
I
right.
used to
So
envision
yeah.
this like crawling
Yeah.
out of like a hole. Like I felt like I did that for until I got this
Forever.
last job financially, for
Yeah.
sure. Just like clawing my way
Hmm.
constantly. And I'm like, is this, what there
Right.
is? And I'm
Right.
not, I could have stayed with my ex-husband and had all kinds of fucking money, but like that wasn't what it was about.
Yeah.
Like
No, I get that.
that mentality of just like, what's next?
Hmm.
What do I got to do next? Who do I got to impress? I don't need to, yeah. And I love that analogy. My head's got to catch up to the body
Yeah.
slowly
Yeah.
again.
Because it's sort of like logically, I know that I've slowed down and I'm most of the time okay with it. But there's other times where I'm still like, "Mwah." um, okay, so it's not really it's sort of like a statement-y sort of question. Last one. Um, do you have a tendency to choose the discomfort that comes with growth or the familiar?
I'll, I, I'm gonna stick with the familiar. Me no like pain. I don't like it. I don't like, oh, what happened, Sue?
The dog is going nuts downstairs.
Oh,
Like it sounds like he's been mo like moving furniture, like he's
Told you.
jumping all over the place, but that's
maybe he is
okay.
moving
Maybe
furniture.
the UPS guy is delivering, some Christmas presents, but
God.
I will, I do not like the pain of growth. Oof. Just thinking about it, like I eventually will do it, but
hmm
I have God do for me what I can't do for myself. And
Mm.
there's a lot of
Okay.
times where I can't do things for myself because I know that it's going to be hard and painful.
Yep.
And then God will either and I'll give you the example of the last job that I had, where I was VP of sales and I was making buco bucks and doing all the things. And I hated it every second, but I was too afraid to leave because of the financial security. And then the company dissolved. And so, okay, I couldn't
Yeah.
do it myself,
Yeah.
but so God did it for me. And it all worked out, but I will be the first to admit that I
You
can't,
wouldn't have chosen that for yourself,
no, I wouldn't have.
even though you kind of knew it was where you needed to go.
Yeah, I just was too, I
Mm-hmm.
just was, I stayed with the devil that I knew.
Mm.
Interesting. Kristen?
So similar to Deb, but not in the business world. I'm great with unfamiliar challenges,
Mm-hmm.
used to all that. I don't getting too comfortable. It's great. Like I have said, oh, I know this job that I'm doing right now, but when something, like it'd be great to sail off into retirement being an expert at what I do. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally game, especially when something falls in my lap, like it has, to move,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
exit stage left. So for that, I'm good, moving, like I moved here to this house. I'm good there. It's it's relationships, and I'm talking, friendships are a little easier than male female relationships, but for me, I carry, and I've been in therapy over this for many years, and I understand the concept of, the abandonment,
Mm-hmm.
the choose me, the this, the that. I am perfectly happy to not be with someone who chooses me, right? To Because I'm scared. I'm scared of I'm scared to make that commitment,
Mm-hmm.
that nor do, like sometimes I think, you know what, Kristen, maybe you got it right. I don't really see any relationships, and no offense to either of you or any of my friends. I don't really see any relationships that I would want. I'm very happy with my um my lifestyle, but
Mm-hmm.
but that is very familiar and sometimes bad behavior. So um,
Interesting.
that is something that I'm looking at. I don't know that I'm willing
Mm-hmm.
to change the script, um,
Yeah.
because it's easy.
I mean, and that is honest. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
honest.
I work hard in other areas of my life, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep this shit comfortable.
Yeah. No, I get that. I
Yeah.
think,
Oh, hi, kitty cat.
It's Gussie.
oh,
Gus.
hi.
Oh, look at
Oh my God,
Gussie.
she's so sweet.
Go ahead.
I would say I challenge my comfort level in my career. Part of it was forced when I was kind of forced out of like being in the clubs and stuff like that. So, but then from that point, I did seek other discomfort. I I seek discomfort physically every day. I
Mm,
push my boundaries. Um, and somewhat spiritually in the sense that, I've been really trying very hard to practice, make some gratitude statements every day. And sometimes it's really uncomfortable for me because I've been brought up to, keep everything tamper everything down. You know what I mean? And so, and then journaling is not comfortable for me. But I think in the realm of relationships, um, I have chosen the familiar this year for sure.
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, eh, I- if you can't make a change for the better, the change is going to be made for you
mm,
Hmm.
if you
yep.
can't do
Agree.
it.
I love
So it's okay. You stay
Yeah.
where you need to stay
Yeah.
for
And
your
it's
own.
not, and again, it's like, can you get uncomfortable in other, like sort of scratch that itch in other avenues of your life?
Yeah. I I can't. I wait for it to happen. I just
Well, that is a very
it's
honest answer, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just too difficult for me to really do that.
Very
And that's
honest.
so, but
Yeah,
I trust in the universe, and I trust that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be
right.
at this very
Me
moment,
too.
and nothing's going to happen a second sooner than it's meant to be. So I'm
But
okay
you're
with that.
also awake enough and you're present enough to see that the universe is sending you this signal to then say, okay, I guess I have to get uncomfortable here.
Oh
You're
yeah. I
not
mean,
to
it'll
the point,
force it.
you're awake enough to not push those signs aside. You know what I mean?
Right. And I also feel like I get these signs of preparation,
Mm-hmm.
like,
You're
you
taking
know,
you're changing baby steps instead of
exactly. So that
and
when
that's
something,
still uncomfortable. Your baby steps can still be uncomfortable
yeah,
or
or they're
somewhat
like,
familiar where the end result is uncomfortable.
yeah, but I also know that, okay, I'm preparing for something. I don't know what it
Mm-hmm.
is, but it's okay because when that does happen and that change occurs,
Mm-hmm.
it's where I'm supposed to be, where, more importantly, where I need to be.
Correct. Yes,
And
supposed to be, not so much need.
need to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all for the greater
Or
good.
meant to be.
So, yeah, it can be painful, but it's all for the
Yeah,
you always will look back at it and be like, "Oh gosh,
Mm.
okay, now I know why that happened."
exactly.
Do you guys
This
too, like
was fun, girls.
It was
But go
fun.
ahead. Go ahead, Kristen.
yeah, it was totally awesome. Thank you, Sue. So I have always taken, like whatever I'm going through in my life, I have at least one confidant, right? Like whether it's Deb or my sponsor or, you know, whoever it may be. Um, the other, like the universe will take care of us, right? Where we want to
Mm-hmm.
stay familiar. The universe will give us our own lessons that we can't, you know, complete ourselves. But I feel like God speaks to me through other people. So, like, I've gotten this message from people, in particular, my women friends in my life will repeat this same message to me. And it's up to me to listen to
Mm-hmm.
know that, it's like getting sober, Kristen, you might want to look at your drinking. Or screw that person. They don't, like, but knowing
Right.
that my loved ones have my best interests at heart and listening, like
You just have to be open to
open.
what's coming down your path.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
Yeah.
mean? Open enough to say, okay, this came in this form, and then, okay, it's coming again, but in this form. Okay, this message is coming again, but now it's in this form. Maybe like there's something to this whole thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, precisely.
Maybe there's a message in there for me, you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun, girls.
Thank you,
It
Sue.
it
So much fun.
was. I hope that our
Um,
listeners ask themselves these questions too,
yeah.
because
And this
they're
comes
good.
out in the new year, this
Right
particular,
before, I
right
think.
before. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Well, the January 1st is a Thursday, so I think this one pops
it'll
on
come right
Thursday.
out right on the third, right on the first.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
My son's birthday,
Yeah.
31, 31st
Oh
birthday.
my gosh.
Wow.
Boy.
New Year's baby.
Whoa. He's a New
Wow.
Year's baby. My
Mm-hmm.
niece is a New Year's Eve baby, and
Mm.
her name is
Love that.
Reeve. So we call it New Year's Reeve
Oh,
instead of New
Oh,
Year's
how
Eve.
cute.
I know.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she's
Tyler
adorable.
almost didn't make the first. He was born at like 11:15 at night.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Wowzy.
Actually, I think
A New
later than
Year,
that.
New Year baby.
Yeah. Wasn't the first one of the in the state though.
So you were
Um,
like prego in the holidays.
Christmas, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Like a
glad I
beached
had
whale.
October babies like done
Done.
the
Yeah.
holiday by Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, my neighbor's baby was born on your birthday, Debbie. His
On November
Oh,
18th?
his due
yay.
date was December 1st, but he came early. And I was like,
Ooh.
she texted me to take out their trash bin or something. And I'm like, oh, I hope the baby's
Oh my
born
God, I love
today. Thinking,
that.
so yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Another Scorpio
Another
baby.
I
Scorpio.
love that.
Yes,
Mhm.
indeed.
Yep.
Go
I love
Scorpios.
them.
All right, my love. So you
All
have a
right, girls.
fabulous week. And
You
namaste
guys
to all of
too.
our listeners. Love you
Love you
all. We'll
all.
see you
Love
next
you.
week.
Bye.
Bye.